Okay, so this is a deck that I built recently. It's a wildcard Syndicate deck, where essentially we're playing around Collusion here, which is pretty fun. So I had the idea to make this deck, mostly. So I was playing Syndicate. I recently started playing Gwent again. I hadn't played for a few months. And I decided to play some Syndicate. And I was looking at some of the cards, and I saw, hey, Collusion. I've never seen a deck with that. I'm gonna try to build something with that. And amusingly enough, I was talking with my friend GRVV Redwick in the Gwent Masters Worldwide Discord server. And he was asking if anyone wanted to help him build a Syndicate meme deck, and he actually suggested building a deck with Collusion, which was funny because I was already thinking about doing that. So we ended up kind of hashing out the gold cards, and then I kind of went through and filled in the bronze card and made a couple exchanges to some other choices. So this is the deck that I also ultimately came up with. I don't think it's in its final form. There are definitely changes that could be made with it. I guess first, I think it's a decent deck. Like, I think it's actually a lot stronger. It's not all that much of a meme deck, frankly. It's kind of a standard Syndicate deck. I mean, honestly, Syndicate plays pretty similarly in a lot of cases. The only real like meme stuff they have is like using that one card that like copies bronze cards. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But anyways, so we got standard like Siggy Reuven and Flying Redanian to get a bunch of coins and start pulling stuff out of our deck for some thinning and recurring value if we get back up to 9 coins later in the game. We have, of course, Collusion, which is what is the deck's built around. We have Royal Decree to tutor things like Siggy Reuven and Processions of Penance, Ewald, or Graded. We have the Graydon and Slander combo along with Wildcard, so we can run that to win one of the rounds, typically round 3. And then we typically use Collusion in round 1. That's because it can generate up to 21 points of value, because you can get 5 damage on an enemy unit, 4 boost on your unit, spawn 6 Firesworn for 6 points more on your board, and then you gain 5 coins, which is 21 points of value. It's really insane. When you're going second, or like playing on red coin, it's super strong. Like, you can kind of out of nowhere just suddenly make your opponent kind of be fighting you to not lose uneven. And then if you played something like Congregation along with the Zealots that spawned from Collusion, then you play Procession of Penance and you get a 12 for 6. So you play a 21 for 11 and then a 12 for 6. And the opponent just will really struggle to keep up. And then from there, like, if they continue to keep on playing, they're gonna have to be playing golds if they want to compete. Otherwise, you can just like go like 2 cards up on them, which is the game will basically be over at that point. So it's super strong going second, and even going first, it ensures that you win round 1 if you draw the right cards. Now, it is definitely draw dependent. So like, if you don't draw any of the Firesworn cards, or if you like just draw Procession here, that's like normally a 2 for 6 if you don't have any Zealots, so like you can't play that alone. So it is draw dependent for being able to do that, but when you don't draw that, you still have really strong stuff like Ewald and Graydon and Slander packages, and just running Sly Seductresses and Adriano, Coxstein to purify threats and things. So it just does some more like standard Syndicate value play when you don't draw the Collusion combo itself. So anyways, you basically want to make sure that you get each gang category so that you can get Collusion. One of the key bronzes here is Bloody Good Friends, which is both a crown splitter and a cut up, which is really nice because it means you only need at least 4 units on the board. You could have like this, the Zealots from Congregation, a Sea Jackal, and then like a Street Urchin. And then play Collusion, and you'll get the full 21 points of value from it, from only committing 4 bronzes, which is really strong. And most people aren't expecting Collusion, so they don't really see it coming. They see you just playing a bunch of bronzes, and they don't really want to remove it. You can also use Sly Seductress for the Blind Eye synergy, but people are more likely to want to remove that. So I generally prefer Street Urchins. Or like Adriano, because they won't remove him, they'll just remove the Seductress that he makes. And Kalkstein is also a Blind Eye. So Blind Eye synergy is pretty easy to get. Firesworn, you get 3 from Congregation, and if they have like a Lacerate or something, it feels really bad. But generally they won't just play a Lacerate off of your Congregation, so you'll probably be able to get off your Collusion before they actually do that, if they have it. And if not, you have Helvede, who doesn't die directly to Lacerate, and he can generate a bunch of those. For Crown Splitters, you basically just have Bloody Good Friends, and Furco the Sculptor, who you can use to actually pull Collusion. So really the only gang... Oh, and then for Tide Cloaks, we have 2 Sea Jackals, which is usually what you'll play, and sometimes Hammond, who can also be just a good value play, but he's also a Tide Cloak, which is really useful. It would be nice if Flying Redanian was a Tide Cloak, but I guess it kind of makes sense that it's not. So the only thing that we only have 2 of is the cut-ups here. So you really need Bloody Good Friends if you want to be playing Collusion. Now I have tried running some other cut-ups. Part of the problem is if you look at cut-ups, whoops, that I did not mean to add that card. So if you look at cut-ups that like we have available to us, there's nothing that's like super good. Like Boris, it's okay, but like at worst it's 6 for 8, and at best it's 9 for 8. Which, you know, it's removal, so like it's fine. But our 8-point slot, like everything that we have here, we kind of want more than Boris. So I was running Casino Bouncers for a little while because, you know, that's good thinning from your deck, and it's an extra cut up, and it's not bad. But what I originally had is I subbed them out for Bomb Heaver and Kalkstein since it really needed a Purify, and Bomb Heaver just so that it could deal with scenarios. You don't need to run Bomb Heaver. You could run like another cut up here, like maybe an Arena Ghoul or something, if you really wanted more cut up synergy. But Bomb Heaver like can just win you the game for no reason, so might as well include it. So these are more like meta, like I'm trying to try hard and actually win games cards. But if you need more cut-ups and you really just want to see the Collusion go off at maximum value every time, you could run Casino Vouchers instead of these 2 cards. But really, like, you'll be able to draw Bloody Good Friends most of the time. If you don't draw them in round 1 and you don't want to use Collusion, you can just play Collusion in round 3. It's pretty flexible, and you'll almost always be able to draw one of the 2 of them by round 3. Not to mention, if you really need to, you can decree, but honestly, it's not worth it to decree just to get one of these things. So the thing with Collusion is, even if you only get 4 of the gangs, it's still 16 points of value. It's not an insane 21 for 11, but 16 for 11 is still really good. And it's pretty this deck is pretty consistent for getting at least 4 of the value. Like, sometimes you won't have a Blind Eye or something, and it's still pretty decent. So, anyways, that's my explanation of the deck. Sorry if it was a little bit rambly. Maybe I'll include like a little link in the description how to skip past all my ramblings here. But I don't know. I just decided it would be fun to try to make like an actual deck guide type thing for this deck. So now we're gonna actually just go and jump into a real game with this deck. So, probably the easiest like matchup for this deck is monsters, simply because they don't have very much removal, and removal is probably the biggest threat to the Collusion gameplay. Like, honestly, it's not the end of the world if things get removed. If things get locked, it doesn't matter at all. You just care about the gang categories. But, you know, like, you can still win if things get removed, but it still feels bad because you want to see the fun Collusion stuff going off. So, probably going to keep Bomb Heaver, at least for now, because, we want to potentially counter Ball. So obviously we did Redanian. I did Slander because we don't really have any good way to remove Slander stuff. Penance I'm gonna mulligan because we just don't have any Zealots in our hands, so it's just a dead card. So this is not a very good starting hand, to be honest, which is fine. We'll see what happens. We might just look to kind of just play some stuff and pass early, just play a couple bronzes. So in a hand like this, I think just using a street urchin and like using all of its coins so that we can, since there's some chance he locks it always, he's probably running locks. We do this and then we'll DJ next turn. It's really unfortunate we didn't draw either Furco or Collusion, but it's really not the end of the world. It's not worth it to use wild card on it, really, for round 1, and like, you know, depending on what he plays, we can work with this. If I was trying really hard to win this round, I might play some Sly Seductresses or something, but I'm not super concerned with winning the round as long as I can, you know, pass on him when he's not winning. So yeah. Anyways, we'll get our Flying Redanian out of the deck and then wait to see where to go from here. So having Kalkstein is really nice because we can purify his locks and other things like that. We could definitely play Bloody Good Friends and like hit off his shield, or just start bleeding him, like if it gets boosted. So since we have Hammond, we'll just save this to be our Tide Cloak, and then we could use Sea Jackal. So what I'm actually gonna do is get the extra value from the 2 ticks of Sea Jackal here, and then also boost this, like so. Just play some high value things, and then depending on what he plays, we might just get out. I mean, honestly, if he passes, that would be really nice. I don't really think he's gonna pass, though, to be frank.
My duty? To stick my nose where it doesn't belong.
Huh.
I only need corpses.
So he's probably going like full assimilate, where he has like the okay, yeah. I think it seems like he's likely just trying to play this to get Informant in my thing, and then he'll play that one card that plays stuff from your opponent's deck. So yeah, I don't really want to play both Sly Seductresses, but I do kind of want to keep on taking stuff from him, so I'm going to play one at least.
Ooh,
just to
looks
kind of
like
stay.
some light reading.
Because we can always spam some coins to catch up if he like plays high tempo. We're like pretty far ahead, and he might start trying to play good stuff here. Sure, that's fine. There is a consideration to shield there, but I don't like really care that much. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the other Seductress because it is a blind eye. Although we have Kalkstein to be a blind eye. And actually just burning more of his removal is not a bad idea at all.
Nothing tickles my tits quite like a good seat.
I'm gonna use 1 charge on Urchins, just because if we pass next turn, we'll waste a coin because we'll lose half, so we'll go down to 2 anyways, so might as well spend them. Oh great, he passed. Perfect. I think that's very worth it to use both of our seductresses, because we have tons of blind eyes. We have Kalkstein, we still have Adriano, and we have another urchin here, so this is going pretty well. So because I think he's going all in Assimilate, I think it's really good to bleed him here. So like having this combo in hand is super good. He's not, I doubt he's running Ball, honestly, right now. This is a spender, as well as this if necessary, so I think we can probably get that. So Penance is still a kind of a dead card in this hand. So I think if we at least go like here,
How many sweet rolls could I get for a diamond?
And use one charge. I don't think it's super easy for him to deal 3 damage. Like, he has a lot of 2 damage pings, but without I don't remember the name of it, but it's that one soldier card that if you put it between 2 soldiers, it'll damage them a bunch. So he's just gonna lock that. I'm fine with that. I really don't care. Although actually that he is running that makes me think he is less likely to be going full in, all in Assimilate. So I'm actually just gonna pass here. And if he is going all in Assimilate, I don't know, actually that generates a lot of value. And we don't have like enormous amounts of removal. Although we do have a Slander Graydon. So we really want either Helveed or Congregation. So we got Congregation. Let's see. So we can actually put back our Collusion because we have Furco. And Adriano's great. This is a spender, so we want to keep it. This is our only damage is Graydon, and we want to play it with Lala cards, so we'll mulligan that also. And Royal Decree is perfect because we can either get Helveed or Ewald, depending on which one is more necessary. So this is a really good last hand to be playing on. Yeah.
You do the Emperor proud! Oh!
So he has that. That's going to be huge, which means it's probably a good removal target. We have Hammond to move a defender if he puts the defender in front of it. We have 2 coins, so we don't want to use Congregation right now. So we could just play our Kalkstein, have a blind eye down, and then use Adriano next turn. Or we could play Sea Jackal, use the ping, or use its ability, and then play Congregation next turn. But if he removes the Sea Jackal, our only spender is Ewald for later. So I think the best thing to do here is Kalkstein.
One cannot shut them out of learning.
And Kalkstein is a big threat because now he doesn't want to play as defender. He'll want to remove Kalkstein, which I'm fine with because we can again move the defender with Hammond. And we're only going to kill one big thing, and with Assimilate, this thing is always going to be the biggest Assimilate since it's assimilating twice as much. So sure, he'll ping it too. I don't really care. He can always. Well, let's see. Yeah, so he can choose to lock this, which again I'm pretty fine with, because I think he's probably actually going to want to lock the. So it spawns it in the opposite row. So if he locks it and gets his own.
That's the dream.
Actually, that's... Okay. I was thinking there's a consideration to hold off on playing this for a moment, because he can just lock the Seductress and then have his own Seductress. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't think... Yeah, Attorney Just, sure, whatever. I'm fine with that. Oh, but we still have one provision here. That's awkward. I guess we just play Bloody Good Friends and, like, bleed his crossbowmen? Yeah, I think that's our best play, because we really do want the 3 Firesworn from Congregation.
We finish them, then I finish you.
Although, actually, probably wanted to hold on to that coin and just use it right before we use Congregation, but I don't think he's gonna remove this. If I felt like he was going to remove him, then I would definitely want to do that, but I don't think that's what he's doing at all.
You will not regret this, good sir.
Drinking can be hazardous to your health.
Wait, what is it? Well, okay. Alright, that changes things, I think. Because I want to purify, but... okay, so I could play... I could play Ewald, potentially, and purify that. I mean, he's... we have another spender, and he'll want to remove Ewald. That's a big commit for removing 6 value. Yeah, I'm just gonna play Congregation.
He venerates not the fire.
I think Ewald is worth more than 6 points, and we already have a Blind Eyes still in Kalkstein. Now, if he decides not to finish off the poison immediately, right here, there's definitely a consideration. Okay, he's gonna finish it. That's fine. I think we just want to make sure that we play our Sea Jackals now, and then we're gonna Collusion next turn. We got Gun Splitters, Cut-Ups, Tide Cloaks, Blind Eyes, Firestorm. So, hopefully he doesn't kill Kalkstein. But I think, as I've said before, it is really not the end of the world if they kill all your Blind Eyes units. Ooh. Okay. So, change of plan. We're gonna Royal Decree for Bomb Heaver, I think. Feels funny. Just goes to show how valuable Bomb Heaver is. Okay, so we're holding on to Hammond for if he has Defender, so that we can do our wild card Slander into Graydon on his Glynis. But yeah, so hopefully he doesn't like kill something here. That would kind of be sad, because I do want the full value. Okay. No, don't pull my Collusion. You can have like anything else. Okay, sure, Slander. That's fine. I have another one. Yeah, that's fine. What is he gonna do with it? He basically, okay. He got a status from Thirsty Dame, but I'm very fine with that. All right. It's collusion time.
Belly and throat. Got a preference.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
Sweet, yeah. So, we're gonna... Oh, I guess we damaged Glynis. That's fine. We'll just hold on to our 5 coins. Oh, but... Oh, we... Oh no, we filled up the melee row. And we can't play Graydon right now. That's not good. Uh-oh. That was a misplay on my part, I think. I mean, I could... Because I didn't really expect him to have 2 things. This is... I think we might still be fine, but like... That's a problem. So yeah, that is one of the problems with this deck. It can fill up rows a whole lot, and like there's a lot of things that want to be played in the melee row.
Everyone has their secrets.
Which
Everyone.
yeah, that's. See,
One
we
man's
can only move enemy
battlefield is another
units.
man's right
We
patch
can't.
for
We
harvest.
can't move our own units to another row or something like that. Oh man, is there any way to kill our own units? No, it's all enemy units. Dang, that is really unfortunate. Okay, this is a 3 power card. Unless we can somehow... Oh no! No! Okay! 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 We're fine! We're fine! We can use Insanity! Okay, so Procession of Penance. I'm not entirely sure if it works that way or not, but I think we can just kill Bloody Good Friends by just spamming its ability through Insanity. That's insane.
Barbarian sword.
Okay, alright, so
I shall do as you
we're gonna Hammond, like, I guess we're gonna Hammond Glynis at this point, because we're probably gonna... Oh, I forgot he has the ability to do that. That's... Okay, I did not realize that was... Okay, I needed to hold on to this penance. Oh, if I do that mechanic, I would have played very differently. I think we're still fine, though. I think we're fine. Alright, what's his last card? Sure, that's fine. Okay. So, actually, we would have won anyways, because we literally just have to play an ability and boost or something. But I want to do this anyways. So, we're gonna just spam. Oh no, you can't kill yourself with this ability. Did I just lose the game? No, I didn't. It's fine. So, we're gonna, like, slander and play this here and do that. Okay, so we won anyways. That was like close. Yeah, so anyways, we won anyways. I think that just kind of showcases the general power of, like, Syndicate cards. And the combo was great. Like, even if we couldn't get our Graydon thing off, that's just something that I need to think about while playing. Like, part of why I like Syndicate so much is it's a very high skill, like, faction. It has a very high skill ceiling. So, like, I should have considered that they could go on the melee row, then they would fill it up. And then I should have been playing onto the ranged row to keep it more even out or something like that. Now, I couldn't really stop where he decided to play his spies, so like I don't think he really thought about Graydon, but you know, it was good on him to make sure he put his spies in the melee row rather than in the ranged row. But anyways, we won that game. I think that does a pretty good job of showing how like you can win with this deck even if you don't draw incredibly well. Like, our beginning hand was not super great, but we just used standard like good Syndicate stuff to win that game. So yep, that's the deck. Hope you get the sense of how it works. I'll put the link to the deck in the description of this video, and thanks for watching.